Thank you, Mr. President. Senate Resolution 1005. Whereas the Republic of Azerbaijan restored its independence in October 1991 after the collapse of the Soviet Union, proclaiming itself the heir of the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic, which was established in 1918 and was the first secular democratic republic in the Muslim world. The Azerbaijan Democratic Republic was among the first nation-states granting right to vote to women and was recognized by other democratic nations, including the United States of America. And whereas May 28, 2013 marks the 95th anniversary of the Azerbaijan Democratic Republic and will be celebrated by Azerbaijani Americans throughout the United States and Azerbaijanis around the globe. And whereas the United States was one of the first countries to recognize the independence of the Republic of Azerbaijan in 1991 and to establish full-fledged diplomatic relations with the nation in 1992. And whereas over the last 22 years, Azerbaijan has consolidated its sovereignty and independence and has become one of the fastest developing countries in the region and beyond. And whereas the election of Azerbaijan to a non-permanent seat of the United Nations Security Council in October 2011 is a testament to its growing role and increased capabilities of this nation in maintaining peace and security in the wider Middle East. And whereas the United States and the United Nations recognize and support Azerbaijan's sovereignty and territorial integrity with the area of 33,440 square miles, which also includes the Karabakh and Nakhchivan regions. And whereas Azerbaijan is a staunch ally of the United States and in the critically important Caspian region. And whereas the United States and Azerbaijan have developed a strong strategic partnership based on shared values, interests, and vision. And whereas Azerbaijan was one of the first countries to render unconditional assistance to the United States after the terrorist attacks of 9/11, opening its airspace and airports for the use of coalition troops in Afghanistan and sending its officers and soldiers to serve there, shoulder to shoulder with American troops. And whereas today around 40% of all supplies for United States troops and its allies in Afghanistan are delivered via Azerbaijan. And whereas the United States and Azerbaijan continue their successful cooperation in counterterrorism efforts and the non-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, which is particularly important since Azerbaijan is an ally nation located between Iran and Russia. And whereas possessing vast oil and gas resources, Azerbaijan contributes to the energy security of the United States and European nations and is a critical element in the Southern Corridor, which will further enhance diversification of energy supplies to our European allies. And whereas Azerbaijan has a long-standing tradition of peaceful coexistence between various ethnic and religious communities and is one of the few secular countries in the Middle East with predominantly Muslim population that maintains close, friendly ties with Israel. And whereas Azerbaijan attaches great importance to expanding its relationship in all spheres, including trade, cultural, and educational exchange with the United States, and whereas it is critical for the United States to further strengthen relations with its allies such as Azerbaijan and advance our common interests, both now and in the future. Therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the State of Arizona that members of the Senate recognize and support the strategic partnership and friendship between the United States and the Republic of Azerbaijan and encourage the further enhancement of this relationship through mutual efforts over the years to come.
Senator Driggs, will you please move the adoption of Senate Resolution 1005?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move the Senate Resolution 1005 be unanimously adopted.
You've heard the motion. All in favor say aye. Opposed, no. Ayes appear to have it, do have it. So ordered. Senate Resolution 1005 is signed in open session. The Secretary is instructed to record the action and transmit the resolution to the House. Messages from the House.